Lembe. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Hi, hi, lembe. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Good morning, Dago, yeah. Good morning, ordinary president.
Imagine the pain of this placement.
Every part of the 36th state of the Federation, we are having election of FCT.
Imagine the pain of someone taking away what is yours and turning you into a stranger in your own land, making you beg for what your culture fades away as income urbanization.
Judging by the population of FCT, we are disenfranchised.
Our nation is as prosperous as the health of its people.
In order to give a voice the pains and the challenges of the original inhabitants of FCT, Inhabitants Youth Empowerment Organization, with support from our Cattle Foundation, brings to you the whole scope. In this program, we'll bring you resources in various fields to dissect, analyze, discuss, evaluate some of the issues. Join us every Wednesday by 4 p.m. on Human Rights Station 101.1 FM and all our social media platforms. Scope Justice for the FCTOIs.
Welcome, Horoscope. My name is Benson Moses. I still have in the studio Musa Yusuf, aka the Dictionary. So, sir, we've talked about the compensation stated and others weren't, and I also talked about why some of the challenges the federal government faced when they got here. You said the population, you thought the population here were people you can easily resettle. The demands of those people that were not properly resettled?
Actually, we have demand based on our charter for the federal government. The first one, there we should be given a state status.
Okay.
Based on what the Constitution should be given a state status, based on Section 263 of 1979. Then we should be given OIDCOM, Inhabitant Development Commission.
Okay.
We like this compensation. Land, loss of lives must compensate financially, monetarily. Another one is the issue of heroes. We have native heroes. All the streets in FCT here, like the districts after our heroes.
Wow. Okay.
In education, health, federal give us a percentage that to make the original inhabitant okay in a place we find ourselves in FCT here. Issue of resettlement relocation is not going to be out needed. Is inclusion.
Yes.
Full inclusion
integrated into
yes activities. Here, these are paramountly our from the federal government. We have more than 10 or 20.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay. So when you talked about being the Salanke of Gorgada, that you know so much about the culture of your people, can you tell me what's like some of the history, some of the, you see them, you know, this is from a Gede person or a Gede culture?
Language is my language. The history of the origin is no longer a narrative nor a legend, but this is from a facet, and it is devoid of anachronism. Belong to the family of Congo Niger Basin. We migrated from Niger through Western Sudan in 1068 by our ancestor called the Adabo. In that place, we settled in a place called Gadur, that is Gishiri now Jigawa State. Sociology is doing society that has no leader is bound to be highly anarchical, to be a lawless society. As such, we the Gede people have a leader, man. This Gachinga Kuma is a leader, and we call paganism. That is our religion. And we find ourselves, so the Hausa tried to Hausanize us by the process of Islam to resist that. But when Gachinga Kuma died, we fled to Doma, the then Benue Plateau trusted. That's why we settled. In Doma, predominantly our occupation is hunting, farming, and nomadism. But then nomadism is more of the wild. What really happened there is that one of them, Doma, came and settled as hunting in a place called Kuje. That Kuje, he killed Yaro. When he now killed it, the Hausa people from Suleja, from the came and saw it. They said, okay, this very portion is going to be called Kuje. That Kuje, that is Kuje Bona, meaning a hairless. So they now shortening it from Kuje Bona to Kuje. Okay. They went, the other person went to Gafati and they separated like that. They settled, they finally settled in a place called, it is from Gwagwada that they've been going up and down. That's why they say Gwagwada, Padang. They settled on Gbogbo Hill. On Gbogbo Hill, they said, no, we're supposed not to be on the hill. Let us go. They settled there, that flat area, they call it Ugbada in our language. By saying Gwagwada. Oh. Yes. So, issue of culture. Culture is completely a way of life, basically. But culture has two fundamental. When you say culture, you say it's a way of life, but that somebody's model that speaks for you, because you do speaks volume and it's going to speak for you. Somebody will come and say the way of life culture. That is, you are well trained, you have respect. Thank you. But that you have two tributaries. That is no material culture. We are of two. Farming, dressing, marriage system, belief system, all of them are culture. Like cloth weaving. I want to appreciate Catherine and John, Foundation Chicago, America, Christ Center for Human Education, propelled by Dr. Zikri Ibrahim. These are the clothing in FCT of the 9 autonomous. Like this cloth you are seeing is one of our avocation for now. Boost our economy. Our women are no longer idle, some men are into the business. Because you see this color, there are if you see Guandara have different all the night. Like this color, now we have 3 colors here. If you see what signifies peace, and it is also aspect of culture. If you see red, fundamental, the conventional, anything red is then our own issue is not danger, is hospitality. But if that hospitality is taken for granted, the end product is then, for example, if you come to my place as a visitor, I can forfeit my bed for you. Then while I sleep on the ground, I can forfeit a plate of food that I have in ravenous condition. But if that is taken for granted, we sacrifice all for federal government to be planted here. But they are not granted. And this interpretation will work for that. But the federal government is realizing that Actually, there are people here
Yes.
and recognize. So government failed to do that. But this present government, by the grace and is working towards that seriously.
Yes. So
And if you see
black.
black agriculture and hunting, other conventional, but our own is a different issue because the end product of agriculture is black. That is that.
Okay.
So in aspect of culture, both we have Yam Festival.
So, but before we discuss Yam Festival, you've talked about how you've migrated from the Kwara to...
Yeah, all of us are Kwara lineage.
Okay, that's the the whole Middle Belt.
Middle Belt. It's quite far. We migrated from the same place.
Wow,
yes.
Wow, that's interesting. From aside all of these things, what are some of the obstacles that has to finally be settled in Gwada? So you talked to a place to the other place.
Yes.
So what are those aside the internal? You did not talk about the one at Benue. So what are some of the challenges you faced that made you resettle finally?
Okay, when we talk about agriculture, we are talking about fertile land. Okay. When we are talking about hunting, we are talking about where games will also be gotten. And it's more of Sahel. It's more of Sahel forest. So the soil is fertile. So when our people came, they now found where it's a car. Actually, this is the place we need it because it's a forest. That zone completely is a forest zone. It's a food basket of Kuda.
Wow.
Yes, plantain, everything is got in there because there is one. He said, "It's the first philosophy to enhance any supply journey. If there is no food, nothing." So in Gwada, we have fertile soil for agriculture, and we have forests. And these forests, we have different type of animals. As I'm talking to you. So the obstacle there is more of that and houseanization or flanization that we say no, but we are okay. That's why we finally settled there.
Okay, so you have there.
Yes, actually.
Okay, so what are some of the attributes of your culture? This is he recognized that this, and what are all of those like you said that you have that attributes to your culture?
Yes. First of all is the attires. If you see me anywhere, people that are watching me now, these attires. And the huts, the way we build our huts. Okay. Yes, our people dress. Then, and our tongue. Could switch in and could borrow. Like during the war, when our people were scattered, the Gede people were scattered. We have the over Gede, then we have the middle Gede. Because it has opined that collection of dialects make up the language. We have one centralized, but we have Babegada, Babegapa, Babegachaki. All these are dialects because of that code switching. When they come and scatter us, these people move to the other end from change. Then, so the people that went to the other side, they could borrow. That you are better. As far as Gede people are concerned, ubiquitous. We are everywhere in FCT. We are everywhere.
People, are they just in FCT or they are in other
No! Apart Para. They are in Kogi State. State. Wow. They are in part of Kaduna. They are in Kwara State. They are in Plateau. And this FCT here, I think 7.
Wow,
you find the people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So tell
in
me.
Kano, even in Ghana, we have a place called Gishirin Gede. That's when we migrated from Jacob Basin through Western Sudan. That's the first place we landed. So our people are still there. We have many festivals. We have the inner festival, which is the Yam Festival. Before Yam is eaten in that village in Gedeland. First of all, celebrate that. You see, we call it inner festival. We have Katete chief by have Guni, Eda Center, Genova, Apsana, Ukweku,
Okay, so we're going to go on a short break now, and when we come back, we're going to continue with FCT.
The Abuja people have come up with a consensus towards addressing the main challenges of original inhabitants of FCT. After conducting strategy meeting in 6-area council of FCT, came up with their demands for easy intervention. A document that will be used to hold committees and to see the implementation of the resolution. Some of the demands contain includes non-inclusive governance structure, non-extensive governance structure, normalization, finder's percentage. This document is a guide for government intervention. This message is brought to you by Abuja Original Inhabitant Youth Empowerment Organization Foundation through Christ.
Alhaji Agabe Yusuf Musa. He is the Salanke of that's the Kede Chiefdom in FCT, and he's talking about the culture of the people of. Sir, before we went on the break, we were talking about the Yam Festival. That is Inner Festival. Can you tell us in details what it entails, what Gade people do to celebrate the Inner Festival?
Thank you very much. I say is the way people. That is the belief
way of life.
All facets. Like the 9 autonomous lineage, including Jukum, all these people, culture. As regards the issue of Inner Festival, it's not only the Yam Festival.
Oh.
Even in Igbo land they celebrate. Here in Abuja, Uganda, all of them celebrate.
Wow.
But our own paramountly has been the best. Why is it? Don't say I'm centric now, because I've attended that of the Wandara, I've attended that of Kuru, not as rich, even the Bagi, I'm not that of the day. When we say Inner Festival, Inner is a young festival that brings the sons and daughters of Gede to the perspective of where you are. You can be in America, you can be in London, anywhere for that festival. Because the ancestor, that our protector, our shield, is going to be celebrated, going to be worshipped, is going to be greeted, is going to be osculated. New yam is eaten. In my place, before the coming of Islam, you can never eat yam if Inner Festival is not celebrated.
Wow.
That there will be a problem. Then how is Inner celebrated? Adako is our great ancestor that let's say migration from the Congo Niger Basin through West Gaduri. That is Inner, that is the great ancestor. And this great ancestor in Adako is so sacred. In Inner, the masquerade is called Adako, and that Adako is very, very sacred. We don't play. Adako is the interpreter of issues. It's a message carrier. Is a seer. Is a seer. Adako will project for us. Adako will tell us that in the next year this will happen, the other time this will happen, and if this is done, there will be peace. Our women will born children. There are so many people that are against us in this society, blocked them. So Adako will be talking his incantation, then the incantation will be interpreted to us. In Adako Festival, it is normally the chief of that is the main person that is involved in the interpretation. Like in my place, the Inner Festival is celebrated with so many days. 7 days, yes. We'll be celebrating 7 days. That and bring our farm produce. Maize, yam, that it. And in that dance in our place, they will come for dancing competition with different, like we have Jijinoba. Jijinoba will come from clan A, the other will come from clan B, then they will say that's competition. The different type of jujus will come out within that come today, the other, even women are deeply involved. But in Adakpo, I have to see the Adakpo.
What are your reasons?
There's when you bring the young.
Why?
It is for a woman to see the Adakpo as he's going to find to bring the young. After the celebration, incantation, even free, then do the dance anybody. Then even when the Adakpo is interpreting messages, he's telling us that it's going to be a fruitful year. This year, and what are the solutions?
Wow.
He will prepare solutions. As I'm talking to you up to now, despite and Islamization, Westernization, and what do you think? Globalization or cultivation? Till date,
Ina is still celebrating, just like the old ways.
In Gedela.
Wait, I'm sorry. I need the old ways of celebrating Ina.
No,
till date,
it has because of this modernization and Westernization. Because, like in Carmo, if you go to Carmo now, you better eat in a secret place, not so open again. The population in Carmo is too much. But in heading towards Nasarawa State, those FCT that are getting inclined, they still celebrate as. But now, not everybody is involved. Like now, people that have been Islamized, they don't get involved. People that have been Christians, only the traditional worshippers. So there is reduction in that population. Sin may go on extinction as time goes on. But the land still remains the other, because some people still be worshipping. But the issue of celebrating in like this, like in Karamo, I told you when I went, and I found out that traffic congestion could not allow them to pass. It's a problem.
Wow.
So there are so many festivals. We have Bunyi Festival when his burial must be celebrated. If die, Katete, there was do Katete where they bring. We have Pampedan and Bereseed food is our food. They go. We are powerful farmers. We are powerful. So there are so many culture in Gedeland.
Well, I confess.
Even Smithing.
This is
Smithing.
Yes. As I learned a lot from you, sir, and from the Gede people. You've talked about festivals, you talk about the endangerment of the first on extinction. So but what about the people? What about the dialect? What are you people doing to keep it in existence? What are you doing to preserve this culture?
Okay, actually, if you lose your culture, you have completely gone on extinction.
True, your identity.
You are no longer the identity. As far as ethnographers say, Dracula made up a language. We believe with that. Like in Gedeland, that way that is spoken in Nasarawa State as a Gedeman, if you come to Abuja, you see it different because of that code switching and code borrowing. Then we have 3 different types of Gede dialects. We have a centralized and unified tongue. Do you know that in Igbo lands, I worked more than 10 years, Ebonyi State to be precise. Each local government has its own dialect. The that is spoken in is not be understood by that person in Eza North, or Eza South, or Afikpo, or Ezilo. So, but they have centralized language. That one spoken in Oku, Yoruba, Kwara, Ijebu, may be the same. They have a centralized, so like our own, we have so many who are preserving the language.
Okay. So you have really very grateful for all you said, and because of your mass of knowledge, we're going to bring you in next week so that you continue to educate us, you continue to enlighten us, because I know this is not inhabitants of FCT. But we also want what's the other people? What
allochthonous natives.
The allochthonous native also want them to learn, want them to understand that people of FCT have their culture, the people of FCT identity, who we are scared that is going into extinction, but we're also some of us. We're going to continue with the preservation of this culture when we come next week, because I want to have you next week to continue the conversation. This is brought to you by Abuja Original Inhabitants Youth Empowerment Organization from Akato Foundation True Christ. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handle network on Facebook and Instagram at AO on Twitter. We're going to continue to speak. Ciao.
Imagine the pain of displacement.
Every part of the 36 states of the Federation were Haitian. But what happens to that of FCT?
Imagine the pain of someone what is rightfully yours and turning you into a stranger in your own, making you beg for what's your birthright. Seeing your culture fades away, income urbanization.
Judging by the population and the land size of FCT, the disenfranchised.
Or a nation is as prosperous the health of its people.
In order to give a voice to the plight, and the challenges of the original inhabitants of FCT, Abuja Inhabitants Youth Empowerment Organization, with support from Makato